Okay, let's dive straight into Judges chapter 17.
Yeah, this one throws you right in, no messing around.
Right. It starts immediately with this story about a man, Micah.
And his mother's silver. A lot of silver.
1,100 shekels. I mean, just to give you a sense, that was a fortune back then.
Absolutely huge. Maybe like a lifetime's wages for some people. And he just took it from his mother.
So naturally, she finds out it's missing and, well, she puts a curse out.
Understandable reaction, right? But then Micah confesses, Mom, that was me.
And here's where it gets really wild. She immediately flips.
Totally. The curse just vanishes, replaced by a blessing.
And not just a blessing. She then says, okay, I'm dedicating this silver I just got back to the Lord.
Which sounds okay at first, but then...
But for her son, Micah, to make idols with it.
Exactly. Dedicating money to Yahweh to make forbidden images. It's quite something.
It really is, and she actually does it. She takes 200 shekels, still a decent chunk of change.
Yeah, not the whole amount, but significant.
And uses it to have a silversmith make a carved image and a cast metal idol.
And these aren't just like little figurines. They're proper idols for worship, placed right in Micah's house.
So Micah's already got this interesting personal religious thing going on.
He's built himself a shrine.
Yeah, a personal shrine. He made an ephod, too.
Which is, usually linked to the official priesthood, the tabernacle.
Okay.
Often used for seeking God's will.
Right, so he's got the shrine, the idols his mom paid for, this ephod. And initially, he just makes one of his own sons his priest.
His personal priest for his personal shrine.
And right then, the text gives us that crucial piece of context.
Oh, yes. The key line for this whole section, maybe the whole book.
In those days, Israel had no king. Everyone did as he saw fit.
Man, that explains so much, doesn't it? This kind of religious free-for-all.
Total improvisation.
Yeah.
No central authority, no standardized worship. People just mixing and matching.
Which helps make sense of Micah's setup, the ephod, sort of a nod to Yahweh worship right alongside these idols. It's contradictory, but...
But he was doing what seemed right or beneficial to him.
Exactly. And then the story shifts a bit. We get another character.
Right, this young Levite shows up. He's from Bethlehem in Judah.
And Levites were the priestly tribe, right? Set apart for religious duties.
Supposedly. But this one seems to be wandering, just looking for a place to live, maybe find some work.
He's not attached to the tabernacle or anything official. He's basically an itinerant Levite.
And he just happens to arrive at Micah's house in the hill country of Ephraim.
Pure chance. Or maybe not so random in the narrative.
Micah sees him, asks him the usual questions. Where are you from? What are you doing here?
And the young man explains, I'm a Levite, just looking for a place.
And you can almost see the gears turning in Micah's head. Opportunity.
Totally. He makes him an offer on the spot. Come live with me.
And be my father and priest. That's an interesting phrase itself.
Yeah, combines respect, authority, and the religious role.
And the pay. 10 shekels of silver a year, plus clothes and food.
Decent terms for a wandering Levite, probably. Steady gig.
And the Levite says...
He says yes. He agrees to live with Micah.
Moves right in. The text says he became like one of Micah's sons.
But more importantly for Micah, he formally installs him as the priest for his shrine.
So he's upgraded from his son to, like, a real Levite priest, at least in his own mind.
It lends a kind of legitimacy, or so Micah thinks.
And Micah spells out exactly why he's so pleased about this, he says.
Now I know that the Lord will be good to me, since this Levite has become my priest.
Wow. It's so transactional. Like, hiring the Levite guarantees good favor from God.
It's all about the perceived benefit, isn't it? Having the right personnel ensures divine blessing. Forget the idols, forget the weird setup. He's got a Levite.
So you got this whole mix. The silver, the blessing after the curse, the idols dedicated to the Lord, the private shrine, the ephod.
The son priest, then the hired Levite priest.
All culminating in Micah feeling secure that God will now be good to him because he's got the right employee.
It really hammers home that theme. Everyone did as he saw fit. Religious practice becomes personalized, convenient, and focused on securing blessings on one's own terms.
They're grabbing bits of tradition, like having a Levite, but twisting it entirely for personal gain, mixing it with things that were clearly forbidden.
Which leads to that final thought we should leave you with. Consider this. In a time without central leadership, when everyone is just figuring things out for themselves.
Doing what seems right in their own eyes.
What does this story where sacred roles like being a Levite and items like an ephod are just co-opted into a private idolatrous system purely to, well, by God's favor, tell us about how quickly religious understanding can get distorted when structure breaks down and personal benefit becomes the main driver?